Okay, guys, we are live. For those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon muser today. We are. I saw Reagan, and I'm like, oh man, it's.
Right.
For those we're playing. Sorry, today I got completely screwed up my intro now too. The easily bamboozled dungeon muser. Today, we are going to be continuing on with our ongoing campaign, playing Jeff Tillanian's super cool Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. Apologize for the late start, folks. We had some technical issues going on. We just started switching over from our regular way of broadcasting into OBS, so we experienced a little bit of technical issues. And then, of course, when you get a bunch of old guys together with one young guy and start talking gaming stuff, we kind of got lost in gaming bullshit. So my apologies for the late start. But with me today, this is our Reavers of Thule campaign, and this is episode 14. Guys, this will be, we're well into 30 hours in Hyperborea so far. So,
Awesome.
But with me today are the stars of the Reavers of Thule campaign, and I'll go in order that I got you guys on the screen here. First up is Will.
Morning, my name's Will. I'm playing Amar, who is a Sikh monk from 18th century Earth.
Nice. And next up is George.
Hey, I'm George. I'm playing Mallow, who is a Chimeric Celt warlock.
And then next up is Arlen Walker.
Hi, I'm Arlen. My character died, so luckily Robert isn't here. So if I die again, it'll be his loss, not mine. I'm sorry, Robert.
Somewhere there's a cold, feeling has run up Robert's spine. It's like 100 character voices cried out, and we're suddenly silenced.
My usual run into the middle of danger thing.
Right.
And next up is Colin.
Hello, yeah, I'm Colin, aka Spike Pit, and I will be playing Kane the Hammerer.
Nice. And last but not least, unfortunately, and we're not able to hear him, but incredibly active in chat is Carl. He's not typing. So Carl is playing Iphigenia Ikenderos, I think, is her surname, and she is an Amazonian warlock. Is everyone frozen? What's happened here? Let's see. I'll hit reconnect here. There we go. Did I lose everybody?
Okay.
Yes.
Are we better?
We're back. I can't
I
tell.
think we're back.
What appears that we were still live on stream, so I was talking to myself there. So.
Yeah, we were all talking by ourselves.
Oh shit.
Nobody else lost contact.
Oh man, maybe it was. Yeah, it could have been you guys who stayed in the stream then. Actually, no, that wouldn't work that way. Anyway, the last introduction was for Carl, and Carl is playing Iphigenia Ikenderos, I think an Amazonian warlock. Let's see. Let me see.
Yeah, I think you stayed in the stream and we all froze for you, Kevin, and then for you, you froze for us and stopped talking, and we were all in separate.
Yeah, timelines.
Yeah.
So, I recently recorded an episode of the podcast talking about, this is a non sequitur here, guys, but about what responding to bizarre or shitty comments. Who's got a comment on that Pathfinder thing saying 3.5 billion people on the net, and this is all you can pull, shows you it's dying.
What's dying?
Is the net dying? Is the game dying? I'm assuming it's trying to say that I guess the game is dying. But you know what my favorite thing to do is here is mute. See ya, pal. And that comment is going in the bin. All right, enjoy your life under the.
Skipper.
Yes.
Probably Mud Skipper.
Jeez. All right. So anyway, now that we have dealt with our random encounter with the troll, let's pick up with where you guys are. So where did we find you last in the adventure? Now, we had quite the eventful session last time.
Yeah.
What happened?
We fought those rhyme spirits that could level drain,
Oh yeah.
which were devastating.
Yeah.
And we came up the stairs, fighting our way up. We ran into the Beastmen and their leader.
Yeah.
And I think we just finished taking them all out at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took them all. Well, one of them ran away from Jason's corpse, but the rest of them
Right.
got taken out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Reagan went around healing people up with the meat horn. And yeah, we were right after Jason gave his last words to Cain, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I recall.
All right, so we'll pick up with that with Cain slumped over Jason's fallen body. What is going through Cain's mind right now?
I think he's just a bit forlorn, just shocked. He's took a fair kind of beating himself. He narrowly avoided a similar fate, I would say.
Mm-hmm. I think everyone did too, right? Like, I mean, we
Yeah.
Iphigenia was down. I think all you were down. Who was the last one standing?
I think it was only Reagan and Jason at one point.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So, Cain is still cradling Jason's fallen form around the fallen bodies of the other beastmen as well too. What about in the other room, guys? You called Windseeker and Cloudwound in, and you guys are now kind of I guess have seen that Cain has gone through. The sound of battle has fallen, to or has effectively disappeared now. You're no longer hearing the clash of, say, a battle axe striking a shield. For those listening at home, I recently discovered a bunch of the sound effect options on Roll20. So,
So be warned.
yeah.
Yeah, stand by.
Prepare. J.J. Abrams has his lens flare, so I have, battle axe strikes field or shield. Oh, it's nothing compared to our.
Mm-hmm.
Did he freeze again?
Yeah.
No,
No.
Oh.
that's just my smug face. Is he having a stroke? What's going on? Someone help Kev. Okay, so you guys in the other room. What are you guys thinking here?
I think we should go and see what's happened.
Sure. There's no sound coming from below you're at the second tower. And as context, as a kind of a broader picture here, we are in the middle of the second siege of Iron Fang Keep as well. This is the second time that our brave Hyperborean heroes have attempted to storm the keep that had been occupied by beastmen, but not built by them. It was built by some other as yet unknown force. And this is where, let's see, do I have my, let's do a couple other illos here. So this is what the rough outline of Iron Fang Keep looks like. The one collapsed tower, but then the still standing battlements. They have been facing a horde of these things, these degenerate beastmen, also known to the sages of Hyperborea as Vormis. One of my favorite tokens to move around and make sounds around. They also faced the chieftain, or the war leader of the Vormis as well, too, who wielded this enormous, vicious club, or a vicious battle axe, with which he used to slay. Actually, it wasn't even him. It was one of these nameless henchmen. And then the specters that Malo referenced to. Do you remember where you found those?
Below here. wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're down.
Yeah.
Like the main
Chamber.
Do you remember what they were doing too? Because there was 2 different groups of them.
Weren't they?
Yeah, there was
like a
we
ranger
heard this.
being attacked by Hyperborean.
Right.
Yeah, so there was this here,
hmm
Yeah.
who seemed to be standing and pleading with, or entreating at least, with the ongoing forces, which were, of course, like this.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah.
cool.
So,
Yeah.
you are still within the keep. You've had an opportunity to catch your breath. If everyone wants to move, I'll move you guys into the room here.
Yeah, I was just reflecting on that slightly. I'm gonna just lay out Jason in a position of rest.
Yep.
Kind of cross his arms onto his chest. Make sure he's got his battle axe or whatever, his axe and his weapons about him, so that he's ready for his sort of journey to Valhalla or whatever. Got all his kit. Close his eyes and maybe do some of that whatever you do when somebody dies type of stuff in this sort of society, you know,
Sure.
until we can come up with something better.
Okay. So, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna go listen at this double door here. To
Okay.
the north. I don't know if that's actually north. I think that's east.
Okay.
There, is it right?
Over here?
I'll come.
Yeah.
I'll come with you.
Yeah.
I'll come with
Okay. Let's see. So you're listening carefully, and what you with the thick, heavy oak, it's difficult to hear between. What you do hear is very briefly the strangled cry of something perhaps inhuman, and then silence.
Yeah,
That's
like
interesting.
It
I was
sounds.
saying one of them got away, so whether it's something to do with the one that got away, one legged it.
Possibly. Well, should we? I mean, that's the. What other ways did we pass? Another way to go? Let me see. I'm just gonna check and rush back and look out the door.
Sure. So
there's stairs downward, and this is a hallway going that way. Oh, to the same spot.
yeah, and you can see there are arrow slits all the way along there as well.
All right, so it looks like either there's those stairs going. Are those stairs going down, Kev? These ones over here.
They are going. They are going down. Yeah. And if you look down those stairs, hold on. No, those stairs are actually. I think they're going up. Yeah, those ones are going up.
Okay, that's good stuff. Okay. So it seems like we should continue to check out this level before we do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys want to proceed through these double doors
Yes.
here?
I'll go in. Just get this. full.
Remind me, Kevin.
Yep.
What were those? Were those crates or
Those are-
columns?
Yeah, those are basically crates that seem to have been stolen by the Beastmen. It seems that the Wemmick, the Black Claws that you guys have allied yourselves with, they are not the only ones who have been subject to the predations of the Beastmen. And as is often the case with these kind of might meets right tribes, it appears that this chieftain that you defeated has surrounded himself with the spoils of their raids. If you open up that chest, what you find within is a shit ton of coins.
Ouch.
So, is that a metric value?
Yeah. So let's talk. What do you guys want to take? Take an opportunity to go through. There's a lot to go through in here, so it would probably take you about an hour. Do you want to take that time to sort of secure this location and not bind your wounds, but to sort of catch your breath and at least be on the defensive rather than continually going through here?
What do you want to? What do you think?
We might find some resources we could use. I mean, who knows what's in here? Maybe healing potion. I mean, it seems like it might be worth staying and checking out.
Oh, and seriously, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at least opening all of them, seeing it, they all just look like basically coinage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause there were like 3, aren't there?
One and what sick son of a bitch DM would trap things after killing a player character? Come on.
It's not gonna be trapped. Beastmen don't know how to operate traps.
Who was the ones who stepped in the punji sticks last time?
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you think, guys?
Harlan?
No, setting up defenses here and looking through the stuff seems like a reasonable move to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody else good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What can has Arlen got any? Has Reagan got any healing or anything that could patch us up a little bit? Or
I think that
if we're resting.
so she's got that mead thing, but I think that Robert used it last session.
Yeah, and I don't know how often it can be used, but it was definitely used last session.
Once a day.
Right.
Once a day.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
So yeah, none of that.
Yeah.
But we got health potions, healing jerky from the Wimmick.
Oh yeah.
Those of us who have not used it could heal up a little bit with that.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. I need to dig into some. I need to chow down on that jerky, big style.
Yeah. I think I used mine last time.
Okay. So, you guys can go ahead and, if anyone who's going to make use of their healing potion, go ahead and bump up your hit points for that.
How much is it?
Healing potion, I think it's, if you eat the whole thing, it's 2d4 plus 2. If you
Yeah.
chew 1, it's 1d4. You'll do it in 2 bits. It's 1d4 each.
I'm just gonna snarf it all down.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So 6.
Well, 2D. Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Oh. Excuse me, my goodness. Thank you.
That's better than nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, so yeah, we 2d4 plus you heal 6 then.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, did you? Okay, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what do you guys find? So I was just trying to calculate the GP value here because there's a lot in here. You find there are roughly 4,000 copper pieces. There are roughly 6,000 electrum pieces. There are a handful of gems. There's 6 gems that are found in there that have a combined value of about 200 GP. It appears that they've also recovered something a little unusual, which it looks like a crossbow, but a crossbow without a cross T over it, and it has similar markings on it to what you saw in that spider cave. You remember the weird discs that you found?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got similar markings on it to that. There is one of them in there, and it's got the same kind of little like trigger on it that you would expect for a crossbow.
But no bow.
No bow, no things. No, so you kind of look at it, and yeah, it's. I'm gonna guess that. Well, I'll use one. No one's gonna die from this, but someone kind of tests the thing, I imagine, and there's there's this massive beam that comes out of it and nearly hits a bunch of people. So, yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah, and it
That's
seemed.
weird.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, Amar, you're from what, 16th or 17th century?
18th century, so that's the 1700s.
Yeah. So I think you would recognize a gun when you see one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is you maybe like the charge is not gone. Someone picks it up and is about to do it, and you see out of the corner of your eye, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. So what that is, guys, that is a radium gun.
Radium. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And it appears that there is a cloak in here as well. And interestingly, the cloak is nearly identical down to the clasp that Amar had.
Mm-hmm.
You may remember that.
The Rangers. That's the Rangers cloak.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what the guy downstairs that was undead, that's what he had on apparently too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
It effectively acted as like a cloak of protection, or what kind
Mine
of?
was a cloak of protection.
Yeah.
This could theoretically be that, or it could be another type of cloak. But
Yeah. Okay.
Marlo, you could use a cloak, couldn't you?
I could use a cloak. I think
Yeah,
what I'll
who's
do
that?
is I'll use a cantrip of detect magic.
Remember, detect magic just tells you whether it's magical or not. You're not
Oh,
going.
that's right.
Right. It's sense magic.
Sorry, sense magic. I do want to just see if it. Oh no, wait. I changed it out. I didn't take it.
Oh, okay.
So I can't do it anyway.
I'm not sure. I can't remember what is Reagan or are Reagan's cantrip listed on her sheet, or does Carl? Do you have sense magic as a cantrip? No. Okay.
It looks like cantrips are listed, and I do not have sense magic.
Okay. All right.
Or
That's fine. We can make educated guess that this has got some properties that we'll have to discover, but I wouldn't mind trying to wear it and see what happens. It's a
versus
cloaker.
poison.
It's a cloaker, yeah.
Cloaker.
Oh my god. I have cloaker is on the list of. I got to use piercers in this campaign so far, which I've never used before. So I got mimics and cloakers and trappers on the list.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Well, you could have slipped a mimic in there, Kev. You missed that one, really. Could have done the old mimic crate.
Did I?
Yep.
Ah.
Okay. No, I did. I completely missed.
Mimic coins.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Ah! That's an amazing monster, Will. That's so good.
4,000 copper pieces. That's all I can visualize. Is all the baby mimics, and they hit for one hit point.
I watched the Brendan Fraser Mummy last week for the first time. Like, yeah, it's like the way the little scarab beetles work.
Yup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Okay, so then that's a crap ton of of money, guys, obviously. And what do you want to do then? You're gonna throw that the cloak on, sorry?
Well, yeah, as you might recall, I have a new sort of quest, which is to establish a new order.
Sure.
And these rangers seem to be the kind of my predecessors. So the idea of kind of donning a cloak that once belonged to one of their members makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay. Yeah, so you toss it over your shoulder as well, too, and you now have a something on that is a magical cloak. And there are no immediate, obvious negative consequences.
Right. I'll find out about those later.
How's that for a ringing endorsement?
That's perfect.
Wait for it.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't see anything horrible happen that you can discuss.
Exactly. So any consequences are completely unseen. Okay, so...
Spoken like a true lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. Never let it be said. I don't know how to parse my words. Okay, so the so you've got that thing on, and I mean you can picture it. It's made of animal fur of some kind as well, very similar to what a Mars cloak is. But you can choose to sort of describe that however you like. The only thing that is the same is the clasp, right? The same sigil. And all right, so you've got that. There looks like there's a lot of treasure up here. After an hour passing, let me see here. An hour passes uneventfully otherwise. You guys are taking time pacing back and forth, keeping watch at the doors, listening at the doors. You may have just delegated the Wemmick to do that. But no, which is, I don't know, what does that tell you? There hasn't been a further response in the keep here.
Yeah. I think we've taken out the main leader, and therefore there's a chance that if there were any left, they may have scattered or they're just hiding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when we were running away, they were all in this area. They weren't. There wasn't anything that I remember in like the front towers.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
That's what I recall.
Yeah, that's what I remember. So maybe they were all in this area, and we
I think-
basically handled it.
There were
Was
some
there,
on the
was
on
there
the
not
roof.
something in one of the towers? At the front, was there not?
I
There
can't
was-
remember if it was this
There was
round
like
or
two.
previous round that there was something watching from one of the towers.
Well, there were two in one tower, I thought.
Well,
Yeah.
because definitely one of the times we had Mallow cast sleep on somebody in not this tower right here,
Mhm.
but in the other tower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know. I still think we've probably taken the majority.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
think we haven't met with armed response. Then that probably means that their forces are in disarray after their command structure being damaged.
Yeah. And Carl was asking about the undead. I think that they are restricted to the chamber that I discovered them in.
Yeah, or they would have chased us when you and I went in there,
Yeah. So I
and we
think
came out. So
we could go back there eventually and
eventually,
interact with them,
yes.
but I think for now we could proceed and continue to explore the key.
Yeah. So you want to go ahead and hit that double door that you listened to first?
I think so. I think that seems like we should clear this level.
And with that,
Yeah.
Kane just boots it open. He's been pacing up and down, getting more and more kind of moody about the whole situation. And then as
Yeah.
soon as you mention those doors, he's like, "Doors, whoa,
Mm.
come
Awesome.
out, you scumbag!"
Okay. So
Who wants the crossbow before we leave?
Who wants
Radium gun?
Who wants to be a ranged attacker?
I've got a high dex. I don't have to have it. I just want to ask and
Mhm.
see what do we want to do with it right now.
It's not my kind of weapon, so
Yeah.
Nah, not for me. That sorcery.
We could have Amar with a high dex, or Reagan has a short bow, so has a little bit of missile skill. So we could have one of us just at least carrying it. I don't know
There
if
you go.
we use it yet.
Sounds good.
okay.
You're quite a good fighter, ain't you? Amar is a good.
He's not bad.
I think if Reagan could pull off the ray gun, that'd be quite good.
Mhm.
There you go. That's sweet.
So the radium gun, the way that it works, guys, is assuming that it's not cursed, is
Of course.
has 20 charges, and you can be wielded with one hand and fired at a 1/1 attack rate. When it's triggered, the gun releases a radioactive blast 50 feet long and 10 feet wide, which deals 5d6 damage, and an avoidance allows for half damage.
Holy.
Yeah, it's pretty vicious.
Tell me
Yeah.
the damage again, please.
5d6.
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 Yeah.
And avoidance save for half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
10 feet wide. That's awesome.
yeah.
You might want to have somebody with a best dex carry that bad boy, because you don't want to go missing.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Okay. So where are we heading next, guys?
I think we're going right up through here.
Yeah, Kane's just busted open those doors, double doors there.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm like,
Boom. I think you can see through them. So,
boom.
all right.
Come
So
out, you scumbags.
now what you see to the left there. Now this is the one where it goes down, and I think you can see just the slightest white drifting tendrils of condensation at the very lowest point of the stairs as they go down and wind around.
Yeah, that's that creepy hall.
Yeah.
Let's not go down there.
I can't imagine why not.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is there any signs of to betray that someone's come fleeing down here, like blood spilt on the floor or anything like that?
Let's take a look here.
But I
'Cause we
don't know.
did hear something.
Not that you can see, no.
No. Okay.
So what do you think, guys? Where do we do
Well,
next
and
here?
is that just rubble here straight ahead?
It is.
The ruined tower.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
there's no way to pass that way.
there is. There
I mean,
is.
I don't want to go that way. I'm just wondering if anybody's scrambled through that way.
So if you look through there, I'm just going to move you over to a different part of the map so you can see what you can look down into. Because what I'm picturing is that like it hasn't collapsed all in, but for this part, the wall has fallen away, so you can look down into the remnants of the ground floor there. So let me move you over there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I think Kane and Malo are there, so let me move both you guys over for a sec. So you can see here, and I'll reorient you guys here. Boom. So you were looking down,
Do you
and
see any movements down there?
you don't. But there is the same kind of white, kind of drifting fog that fills the floor here too.
And is that actually like a desk or table and a chair or something?
Yeah,
like that?
broken, and it looks like this has the look of what might have been some kind of storage space. There's shattered, bleached wood that would have been some kind of shelving unit before, and then there's something unusual standing in here as well too, which is if you can picture like a let me make sure you can picture basically like a standing mirror, but imagine a standing mirror constructed entirely of carved obsidian and black glass.
I own that home.
That is creepy.
Imaginos.
Very strange. We'll have to. Well, we can potentially look at that more closely later.
Okay.
I'm suspicious of that Marlowe. I think we steer clear of it for now then.
Agreed.
Okay. Let me reorient you. Boom. Okay. So, where to now, guys?
I'll call back to the others. It seems clear there's no one in here. Shall we proceed?
Where would we proceed to?
I think we would go back downstairs in the tower we came up in, and then go back towards where those stables were, and check the two front towers.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Should
that's
we
prudent.
also have the option of checking these stairs that go up around the corner here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about back where we came in from?
Yeah, just in the
Yeah,
south
the
here.
stairs right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, we can go check that out.
Just to at least see what's there, and then we could
Sure.
go leave this tower.
Okay.
Okay, works for me. So let's see. Let me grab a more. Come out here.
Okay. And
So I'm gonna pick up Jason for now. Put him in the fireman's lift over my shoulder.
okay. Oops. Okay, so you got him with you as well. Who is going to be first up the stairs, guys?
We're going up the stairs. I will go first.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'll be second.
So let me see here. As you are making your way up the stairs, you begin hearing.
Preparing to have something bad happen. I can
George, I would say you played with me before. So as you're making your way up the stairs, Amar, what you hear is the sound of a low piping. And you can picture like the sound that might be made by like a wide-mouthed carved flute. The deep, sonorous, haunting sound of, I'm picturing like if you imagine making a flute out of something the size of like a didgeridoo. So really long, hollow, that really, broad and affecting sound as it's blowing through. You can hear that as you're slowly making your way up the stairs. And what I need, Kane, are you heading up there? Iphigenia, are you heading up there as well? I'm assuming Kane's coming along. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Then I need everybody to kindly give me a sorcery save, please.
Oh.
Look at all that red. Hey, Amar, nice.
Amar,
Iphigenia,
yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Right.
Okay. So Malo, Reagan, and Kane, you guys are each sitting on one point of astonishing fortune. What would you like?
Yeah.
Can we
Well,
hear what happened?
yeah. Do we have a
before we
sense?
finish?
Yeah,
Or
like, do we know we've been affected by something?
You definitely know you were affected by something, and it will be it is something that will have a permanent effect.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm
okay,
gonna.
then
Use,
I'm gonna spend. 'cause
yeah.
I can't give Robert's character a permanent effect.
So,
Okay.
like death.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll spend mine.
Here's the upside: is that she survived. The downside is that she is now a toad.
So.
I hope you enjoy playing your rune graver toad.
I will take it.
You're gonna take it, okay? Well, now we'll see what was gonna happen.
You'll take it, okay? Then here's what I would like you to do, Kane. As you can picture, you've got Yason over your shoulder. I'm already forgetting his name. God, he's already fading from my memory. I'm kidding, Arlen. How could he ever fade?
Dead, Jim.
Yeah. What begins to manifest is what would be Kane's worst nightmare. So what could be the worst? Colin, I'm talking to now. Colin, what would be the worst thing that would manifest for him as he's making his way up there?
Being buried alive. He comes from wide open spaces and stuff.
Oh, cool.
I think he's probably fights a little bit of claustrophobia anyway.
Yeah.
But maybe in his tribe they've got quite an intricate way of making sure that you're dead when they think you're dead, so that you don't wake up in your grave.
Right.
Maybe they don't even bury people. They just like put them to the crows or something.
Okay. So as you're making your way up the stairs, you can feel something it's unsteady under your feet, and you look around, and this whole structure is unsound. There's been some magic that must have been holding this thing together. This whole thing is going to come down on you. You can feel it. And so you guys are seeing Kane drops Yason's body, and it's kind of looking up at these. Kane, you can see cracks beginning to form in the ceiling. What are you doing?
I'm holding my arms out and I'm looking around. It's coming down. I've got to get out of here. This place is falling. Run! We need to run now. Escape while you can. Out of my way! Come on! And I'll grab Iphigenia somewhat inappropriately. Go as if to throw her over my shoulder.
Okay.
Because she's directly behind me.
Yeah.
She'll love that.
Yeah.
and sort of go, we've got to get out of here. And like with her over one shoulder, I more or less drop Jason.
Let's do this. Let's have
drag Marlowe, drag him back, trying to save
Sure.
him.
So Kane and Iphigenia, go ahead and each give me a test of strength. Let's see how we do here. Remember, test is the D6 part. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so she got a 3. Whoever's lower is going to be... Oh, okay, so you're both sort of grappling with each other. So those of you further up the stairs, Malo and Amar and Reagan, you're looking down and you can see this is unfolding. What are you guys doing?
First, I want to make sure that I'm not the crazy one, and I'm looking at the ceiling to see if I spot any cracks or anything.
Sure, yeah. So you're looking around, and no, it doesn't appear that this, this is any less sturdy than what it was before. It's ancient and sturdy stone. What about Reagan and Amar?
I'm thinking. I mean, Reagan's right there.
Oh, Carl's typing something as well too. If a Janine may have an action here too.
Slap round the face.
I'm gonna predict the scythe. Okay, so she's screaming out, "Let go of me, you oaf!"
Unhand me.
All I want to do is just turn around and go, shh.
What level
I think
is
Reagan kind of
oh, go ahead.
almost like beating on Kane's back as he turns around, like, stop this right now.
You can feel stones beginning to fall on your back, Kane. This whole thing is coming down on you.
I will just. I'll give away. I'll give up with trying to drag Iphigenia. She's screaming at me. I don't see. There's no windows nearby, are there?
There's not, no. The fastest way that you know is out is through this door over here, down the stairs, and then out into the courtyard.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
Well, now hold on. I'm not sure sleep works that way. Doesn't it start with lowest hit point and then it's like viable target and then goes up?
But I can target one creature instead.
Oh, can you?
Yes. I have it here. So either it's the area effect. Alternatively, this spell can be targeted at a single creature of 5 hit dice or fewer.
Oh, okay. What level is Kane?
4.
Nice. So he goes down.
Well, I still have to roll.
Oh, yeah, the hit dice.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
let's see what happens here.
So Iphigenia is buffeting him off and trying to push him away. Let's see as the spell goes off.
Don't wave your arms at me, Marlo.
Nice.
Oh,
Hello.
close. No,
Boom.
he's still
Oh,
awake.
I'm awake.
Yeah. So-
Sorcery doesn't work on me.
Not surprising.
So he slumps to the ground. Yeah, I guess technically, well, you can't save against it, so you're kind of hooped even whether you've got a astonishing fortune or not. So Kane slumps to the ground, lying next to his former comrade Yason. Both look equally as still. Yeah. Kane is snoring. Okay, now unfortunately, because of your attention was focused below, you do not notice something and land next to you, Amar.
Wonderful.
And what it looks like is... Where is it here?
Ain't gonna be pretty.
It is like this.
Ooh. Okay, that's not good.
I'm waiting for the day for you guys to be like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a long time coming.
All right, guys. So,
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
yeah. I'm going to let this thing get an attack off on a surprise round here. First off, a claw. There's no way that hits. And then a claw. There's no way that hits. But then the stinger. Amar, what is your AC?
AC 3.
AC 3. Okay, so... right.
Suddenly got really Ravenloft.
So, yeah.
It got Cthulhu's what it got.
Oh, yeah.
So, you have...
Those piping sounds, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, this is not good, man.
Funny when you mentioned that. Those are the two games I ran the most in high school. Is D&D and Ravenloft. Yeah, so... so you're there, Amar, and this thing is suddenly upon you, and it's clawing at you, and just by virtue of your instinctive defenses, you keep this thing at bay, and then you see this on its tail. It's tough to tell from the illustration, but its tail arcs up and whips in towards you. It's a little. Oh yeah, no, this is a much better illustration. There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Cthulhu, alright.
Yeah.
So the tail goes in. It comes like just within inches of your face. You duck to the side. Your hair kind of like going to well, I guess your hair's all in a turban. It hits the side of the what do you call it? The tower, barely missing you. So this thing is now upon you, guys. Let's first off, let's hear who. No one missed a session last time. Oh, did Colin? Did you miss a session last time?
No, it's a time before.
Time before. Okay, so everyone's here. So I'm gonna roll 1, 2. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of you. Let me roll randomly to see who's gonna roll the prize. Carl, you're actually gonna be doing initiative first. So one sec here.
Cool.
Grab my old initiative dice here. Guys, would you kindly declare your actions? This is round 1.
Okay.
Kane, it is a full round action to be unconscious. So.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Carl. So what's leapt down? Something at the top of the stairs has landed, and this is where is it here? This is what is now attacking Amar.
This is going to really tax my role-playing abilities.
Yeah, you're gonna have to dig deep. You know what, guys? Sorry, we started a little late just because we were chatting beforehand too, but we are at about the halfway point. Why don't we, before we jump into our first combat, we'll take our bio break. And that is in no way because my old man bladder needs to be addressed, but we'll deal with that. We'll come back and then we'll jump into combat.
Yeah, I need
Perfect.
to rustle up some ideas.
Yes. Are you gonna role play this?
Dream up some ideas. Seriously.
I see what you did there, George.
That's right. Yeah. See.
Come on. Let's see. It's loading. There we go. That's what I wanted anyways. Let's go where the book works whenever it loads. Who's that? Is that Carl? Whoop. Try that again. Okay. Combat. Actions. There we go.
Okay, so I was just checking the levels for the audio, and I think you guys, I've got it set so you guys are a little too quiet, so I'm gonna make another adjustment here. Put you up just a scooch here. Would you guys mind saying something? Let's see.
Something.
That'll work. That is something.
10-4. Awesome.
Okay, Arlen, go ahead and say something.
Something.
Yes. Yes. Okay, that'll be a little better. I'm gonna put you up even a scooch more here. Okay, try saying something again, guys.
Something.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Perfect. Perfect. So I think we're about the same level. That's great.
Good.
Thank you. So it's a bit of a work in progress for this OBS stuff. But it will be cool once I get more time to fuck around with it, because I can actually set it up so I can have the whole like grid display as our screen, and then I can inset the dice results or the chat or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's kind of neat. So we can kind of set it up so, rather than just do the share screens. But it should be neat.
Do you play BattleTech any, Kevin?
I am a huge BattleTech fan. Yeah, I haven't played in a couple of years, but I've got a big stack of my technical readouts up there, and I got my actually at my feet I got some BattleTech stuff. My what is it? The not the most recent version of Catalyst stuff, but you know, the one that has that cool like mural on the spines.
Yes.
Yeah, I got those too. Yeah. Why do you
Have you
ask?
seen the new Kickstarter?
I have, and I'm resisting getting it because I've got those miniatures look amazing.
Yes, they do. And I mean, I got the 2 box sets they'd already put out.
Yeah.
You know, the beginner box and the regular box, and they're very nice miniatures.
It's, you know, if you've got people to play with in person,
Yeah.
when we were in the middle of our 4th edition D&D campaign, we got sidetracked briefly by BattleTech, and like we played like fanatics.
Yeah.
We were all grown men with responsibilities and jobs, and we'd spend 20 hours on a weekend day playing BattleTech, you know? We're like, oh, company versus company. This is going to be the greatest. And we'd all be so moody, and we'd all be so pissed off at each other, and like, you know, like, BattleTech has that sweet spot in the middle of a fight where, like, things still could go one way or the other. And it's not the tedium of the first couple of hours, and then, like, the extreme tedium the last couple of hours of, like, let me just get my shot and kill this fucking guy. You know, where the one-legged Phoenix Hawk is pogoing around and you still can't bring the damn thing down. Yeah, but no, I love it. I almost did a bit of a crazy set of purchases on 3rd edition MechWarrior books. Because 3rd edition MechWarrior Classic BattleTech RPG, I just, for whatever reason, I love that game. When those came out, it had the Steve Kenson was doing all the interior art on them, and it just like I loved his stuff on 3rd edition Shadowrun, and that was like, for me, that was my favorite vision of BattleTech.
I'm trying to remember if I ever had the MechWarrior 3rd. I know I had 1 and 2. I know that.
Yeah, MechWarrior 3rd is where I put it. Right here. So MechWarrior 3rd looked like this.
Yep, never had it.
Okay.
That was when I was out of gaming.
So it's really not a great game. Like the life path system, the first pass at it, like you end up with very you don't end up with heroes. You're like, I want to play a mech warrior. Well, you have a mech warrior who's got like crippling PTSD, or you've got a mech warrior who's got like, you know, missing an arm or something like that. Like, it was really unforgiving. But the damage mechanic is one of the most interesting ones I've ever read. It, you know, arguably might be seen as a little overly fiddly, but I really, really like it a lot. And the supplements from that era, they had that one. They had the companion that came out for Classic BattleTech RPG after Topps bought the IP. And then they had MechWarrior's Guide to the Clans, MechWarrior's Guide to Solaris 7, and then the Lost Tech Guide that had all the gear in it. And like the amount of gameable material that was all consolidated into one small, like, or those couple of books was just incredible. You could run anything you could ever conceive in BattleTech using those things.
Yeah, I think I got back into it. It was it was before I moved, so I mean, it was back probably somewhere around 10, 12.
Mm.
And I got I think it was the second one of the introductory box sets they did that was actually like a, what you call a square box.
Yep.
And it had mechs in it. And I gotten that and a few of the Alpha Strike packs. And I played a little bit with my son. And then when they came out with these new ones, I was like, okay, because I grew up on classic BattleTech. So to me, the Unseen, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, that is BattleTech. I mean, I'm a huge Shadowhawk guy.
Nice.
And so, yeah. So when I saw those, and then of course the new Kickstarter, it's just a question of how much money, not win money. But how much.
Yeah.
So that's where I am with it right now.
So I got what is it? The 30. Gosh, which one is it? It's one of the ones that has the Succession, not Succession Wars, the Unification Wars era mechs. There's a mech called a Gladiator that appears. It's a Karita. Like Karita was always my faction anyway. I love that mech so much. And then I've had two games where I played with someone else where we were doing like Solaris Duel, right? Where someone had a hammer hand, and I had that thing. Both fucking games lasted about an hour and a half of me futzing around with my jump jets while they're trying to chase me down and get one solid shot. Then us finally having one round, and in both games I got a critical hit in the head and killed them outright. And they're like, I hate this game, I'm never playing this again. But yeah. Oh, it's great. There's a guy on Twitter who does nothing but basically like spam BattleTech stuff, and there's some amazing art assets that he's got.
I know there's some really good paint jobs out there, and that's one of the things I want to do is I want to get back into painting.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's just cathartic.
It is, and it's a nice, and it's as far as like tabletop games, tabletop like tactical games go to, that is for me a great level of like crunch and customization, but not being like I don't have to. And if you've got those the map packs or whatever else, then you've got everything you need. You don't need to build any terrain or any shit like that.
No.
Yeah,
you can if you want to, but you don't have to.
Yeah. I love the city maps too, because I always, that's one game where I do roll terribly, and it's BattleTech is the only game that has ever led me to throw dice, because you'll appreciate this as a BattleTech guy too, but we had this first fucking encounter of the game. We had all our mechs kind of come in. I was completely irresponsible and did an alpha strike with my Warhammer. Yeah. Missed with everything, and then shut down.
Oh my god.
I was so pissed off. Every single fucking weapon. And it was against something that would have died, too. It was like a medium mech anyway, so I'm like, you're mine! Boom, miss, boom, miss, boom, miss, boom, miss.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, love that game. Love it. And I gotta check out the Kickstarter then. Oh, and Colin, I have you to thank for the soon-to-arrive Highfell. You've convinced me to get Highfell. Oh, you're muted.
Why?
Because you told me about Highfell last time we played.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
You sure it's me?
Well, let's hear. Who are the other British guys we play with?
Yeah, Highfell's the...
yeah, I know. That's Gillespie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg.
Yeah.
I haven't got it, though.
No, I think you were just talking about it, because we were talking about Barrowmaze
and... we were talking about Barrowmaze.
Yeah. Forbidden Caverns, so...
Oh, man, I didn't realise I've only got to mention the author and then you buy their back catalog.
Pretty much. Pretty easy. I do really love his products, and we're using Barrowmaze with Pathfinder 2 again. So it's been...
Yeah, I've got to play that Pathfinder 2, man.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what we're doing next Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, because I came off of that chat with you guys before, and I ended up looking at the old Pathfinder 1 stuff, and I noticed they got handy little books, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, more companies should do that.
Yeah, I agree.
See, I'd love some books, little ones like that.
Yeah.
They're so much nicer, and then like when I was running Pathfinder 1, I would have my little stack next to me. It was a lot easier to reference those things. And even then, I'm like, those are the ones I use now rather than the bigger ones for this game, for the bits that I use.
They're only 10 or 12 quid here, so whatever, 15 or $15 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a smart thing because I mean, even for like I've some of them are obviously like the core rulebook and stuff like that are very keyed to the game, but I mean like Game Mastery Guide's got a ton of great assets that you can use for anything.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about just picking it up because
Yeah.
just for probably just for old time's sake. I never played it, but I thought
Yeah.
I should. Oh, I don't know.
You're speaking to
You can
basically
come up with some
yeah.
bullshit reason to justify any spending.
Exactly.
That is every purchase I've made in the last little while.
I'm currently on a self-imposed ban though, so I can't actually buy anything.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Man,
okay.
I need to cleanse.
All right, so let's
Detox.
see here. We've got everyone's declared actions here, it looks like. So then, Carl, beat my 4, please.
Come on.
Oh!
All right. No.
You can't hear it, but I think I heard Carl cursing from Texas. All right, so then it'll be melee first. So phase 1 melee is going to be this thing, this blackened creature. 1 claw misses. A second claw. Ooh, connects. And you take... where are we here? There we go. I hid my D4s on me. 3 points of damage.
I assume that's me.
That is you, Amar. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, still you. And then that stinger comes in. What's your AC in melee?
3.
Once again, it tears through your robe, but does not connect.
Nice.
You're just so quick. All right, who else do we have in melee here? We've got nobody. Interesting.
No.
Okay, so then we got missile.
Good. I'm going to shoot this thing with the radium gun.
Nice!
I was point blank, man. I'm fixing to unload on this thing.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I just rolled a nat 1 on its save. So go ahead and roll 5d6 for damage, please.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
I knew it was the right thing to put in your hands.
Yeah, totally.
Holy shit!
I'll take it.
Not as average as you can get.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the fumble on the save, I'm gonna let you do double damage on that. So, what does it look
Nice.
like as you vaporize this thing?
Oh, yeah, this thing's just, coming at me with the tail. I mean, it's almost like, one of the Alien movies or something. I just dug out of the way, and I've got that gun. It's just right there in the face. Just click.
And I'm picturing it like, like a 60s Doctor Who, where like the image goes negative a bit and then disappears.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Wow.
Wow, so that was a pretty quick fracas.
Thank God.
So
Yeah.
that thing goes off. What sound do you think the ray gun makes?
Okay, what would be a really wicked sound effect? I'm trying to think of a classic one that I like. I think it's just a vibrating tone.
Okay.
It's oscillating. Ooh.
Love it.
I was going for that 50s sci-fi.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, you totally get a point of astonishing fortune for that. That's amazing. All right, so that
The
thing.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is gone. But what remains is that piping. So let's see. That was
Wasn't
missile.
making sounds?
We are on to magic, and the Okay, give me 1 second here, guys. I need to check one. I need to know just how much damage that. I mean, I just need to double check a rule.
Sure.
Um.
I'm gonna double check some rules too.
I'm gonna go see about exploding my dog. Let's see.
Okay. The shift, it changes in tone. And I need, let's see here. It'll be, Amar, give me another sorcery save, please.
All right, come on, baby.
Boom.
Dude, now having another astonishing fortune.
Yeah, I've got the 1. So is that a reroll, Kevin?
That's an auto success on a save.
Auto success. So I'm going to spend that 1 I just got, and that'll be auto success on that. 'cause
So
I didn't know if I
as
wanna play it.
what you hear is that piping continues on, and for a brief second, there's utter and total silence, like immersion in water, kind of like total silence, and then it all comes rushing back to you. There was some kind of sinister magical effect that was trying to affect you there.
Dang.
Okay. So that was magic. Then we've got, let's hear, Iphigenia
So
and...
I had magic, but I don't see any targets at this point, correct?
No. I mean, well, I mean, you know that Kane is down already, so...
Yeah. That's so he'd be an easy target. No, I think I'm gonna... So I'm gonna not cast the spell then.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you don't, your spell does not go off. What about Iphigenia? Do you have a spell to go as well, or... is she going to wait and see what is going to happen further up the stairs? So the only thing, what Carl's asked is, do we still think there is something in there? So the only thing, what you can still hear coming from up there is that weird, haunting, piping tune.
Yeah, I want to head up there on my next turn, but for now, I'm gonna wait.
Whilst I'm asleep, I could narrate Carl if you like.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, then I will cast the Scythe of the Reaper.
Cool.
Okay, so your scythe is created. Let's get you...
I'm currently typing. And put it in front of Emil.
Amar.
Amar.
Yeah.
He combined
knew
your
I was wondering
names.
who Emil was, but...
Let's Amar and Will together.
Yes.
That's a scary prospect.
That's
Oh, what is going on here? Come on, fucking thing.
It's the effect of the gun is mutated.
right.
Oh well, we'll only last another round. Okay,
Yeah.
so this effect.
Okay, I
So
got.
you got Scythe of the Reaper for 1 round. Another round.
Okay. So let me just do this here. I'm going to give control over the token, controlled by. Where is it? Iphigenia. Boom. So there's your scythe. I'm going to put a little dot on it because it's actually not super obvious that it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carl, you should have control over that token there. So it's appeared there, albeit briefly. Okay, so then what are you guys going to do? We don't need to stay in initiative right now because there's no immediate threat. So what are you guys thinking?
If a Janine can't see it.
Yeah, she'll be able to see it once she comes up around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, we should.
Because
I think we should head up to that chamber because it's going to keep happening. I'm assuming whatever that thing is, it's going to conjure more.
So do we want to go ahead and get up here and see what's blowing the pipe that's trying to make us go cuckoo?
Yeah, I mean, that's what my suggestion would be.
Arlen?
No, that sounds good to me.
Okay. We good with that, guys?
The only factor is Kane will be remaining down here. I don't know how long that effect. He clearly was driven mad. I don't know how long that will last. So I'm not sure if we should wake him before we head up there, or.
Yeah, I don't know if it canceled it out or just put him to sleep temporarily and he's going to wake up in the same state.
Well,
Yeah.
we could
Yeah,
have somebody stay and watch with Kane.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we could have Cloud Wound.
Yeah, I was fixing to say one of the Wemmicks.
Okay.
Hang back. So okay. So we'll have Cloud Wound hang back with Kane for the moment, or wake him up if we need him to.
Okay.
And the rest of us will proceed up, including Windseeker.
Okay. So as you guys make your way up the stairs, this is what you see.
Whoa. Over there. Move towards.
Let me reorient you guys here. And then what you see playing those foul pipes is this, guys.
Huh. That's a weird looking thing.
Yeah. And
You
as
ain't from around here, are you?
Yeah.
and as you come around the corner, it sees you and kind of
How big is that thing?
It stands at its height about as tall as a man.
Okay.
So it's about 6 feet at the height of its thing there.
All right.
And instead of
My
the
friend doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
All right. So let's just carry on with the initiative, guys. Go ahead and declare your action. This
Okay.
does seem to be the thing that was blowing the pipes. So initiative will pass to Will. So Will, once everyone's declared their actions and you've seen
Yeah.
my roll.
Let me think. What would be?
Is the token placed in the room, Kev? And I just can't see it yet because I'm not far in enough.
Let's see here.
I'm just looking for distance. So I
I think it must be right over that table. That's kind of the way it looks to me.
Yeah, it's right
Okay.
here. Can you?
Yeah.
It's just because my line of sight. I can just see.
Oh yeah, because you're not up the stairs yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get up there.
All right. So
It's
then
only
I
like
guess-
3 or 4. It's not far.
This is the level of immersion that I bring to this game, guys. Is I set up line of sight blockers for when you're going up the stairs. So I guess Amari, you're the only one who really sees
I'm gonna
this.
do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this.
I was just trying to think. I guess let's see. Let's go ahead and I can do a half move with my attack, right?
Yep,
That's
absolutely.
In phase 1.
Yep.
So let's do. Whoop.
Okay. Move melee 2.
Hold
Okay. Move missile. Nice. And then so we just need if she needs declared hers already. Okay. So then
Yeah, move missile.
Will beat my 1.
Nice.
Touchdown.
Nice. Okay, so you guys are up first. First up is, looks like everyone's doing. Oh, you're doing melee first round. Amar, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a half move
Okay.
to get over here, hopefully next to it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then let's see here. No.
Love it.
Hit AC 7 on the first one.
That is a miss.
Okay. Come on, I clicked it again. Move.
Okay, now I think
There
we
it
can-
goes. I think
Nice.
that might have hit.
Yeah.
AC -2.
AC -2 is definitely a hit. Yeah,
8 points.
Nice.
I think that hits Bahamut. All right, so yeah, 8. So what is it that you strike with?
Oh, so he comes in, Amar comes in, speeding just this blue blur right over to the side of the thing. Swings with the first hand,
Yep.
misses, comes back around with the other underneath, kind of in an uppercut fashion.
And you hit right into this thing's big, bulbous kind of jaw. And hitting it is like hitting solid muscle as well, too. This thing seems to be, imagine like hitting the side of like a cow, where it's all just gristle and muscle and whatnot. So, and let's see here. So I think that was your melee. Now it is its turn. So it rears back and tries to basically headbutt you.
Huh.
Misses though.
Nice.
And you get the sense, I think it hits the table and the table splits a bit from where the force of it hits.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, then it is, we got no one doing missile. We've got no one doing magic. Then we are on move. Anyone who wants to move, go right ahead, guys.
Yeah.
And you see him now, Malo.
Yep. So
Now
I'll
you see
get
your
there,
fate.
Yes. So I get there on that move.
Sorry, Ifigenia, I may have stuck you in the wall. One sec here. There you go. Can you move now? Scythe. 1, 2, 3.
The scythe can move 30 foot.
Yeah, so I'm trying 10, 20. Yeah, the scythe can make one attack
Nice.
on this thing as well. Okay, Scythus is up next to the robed stranger.
Nope.
Oof.
Probably not.
Yeah, that is not gonna hit. Okay, and then Iphigenia, you can move as well too. I moved you if you were trapped by the line of sight blocking stuff. I've got you freed now. You're free. Excellent. Okay, so that is the end of phase 1, guys. We're top of the round phase 2. Who's got melee on phase 2?
I do.
Nice.
So I'll take my half move to get here to position.
Yep.
And I've got 2 attacks. I'm using my magical scimitar.
Here we go.
Here it is. So first attack.
Oof.
No. Okay, I swear this thing is freaking me out.
There we go. Nat 20, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a d6 roll, please.
Alrighty, here we go. 4.
4 is times 2 damage.
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit.
28.
So how do you kill this thing? That's a massive amount of damage.
So I swing at it, and like this thing just looks so bizarre that I just kind of stumble and miss. And
Okay.
so then I kind of gird myself, and I pull the two-handed, like I pull the blade back two-handed, and I just sink the blade straight in through his shoulder into his chest.
It cuts his
Nice.
flute, the big flute he had too.
Oh,
It
cool.
through that and
Sounds painful.
back and
Well, the old flute
down.
getting cut, jeez.
I hate that song.
It's all a bit unnecessary.
Okay. You're the most feared of random encounters, the busker. All right, so this thing is down, and what comes out is an oily greenish ichor, spilling and kind of filling the floor. Oh. What are you doing? There doesn't appear to be anything else in here.
Okay. Let's see. So all these doors are closed?
Those doors are. Did I close them? Let's see.
They look open to me.
The ones.
Yeah, I can see into this one.
Yeah, all those doors are open, so you guys can
Okay.
feel free to explore around. Now, the door at the far end of the hallway, the one that downstairs led out to that tower, that door is seems to be sealed, or at least it's not. You're not able to get the thing open.
You talking about up here where the rocks are?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna. You don't have to move me, but I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna wake Kane up and see what his situation is and be prepared to sleep him again if I need to.
Okay.
But
Kane,
see if the effect is worn off.
you wake up, and the immediate sensation you've got is that you are being buried alive again. Piles of stuff is falling down. Okay.
She's I'm like, oh damn it.
Down and unconscious. Oh no! Hold on. Roll your hit dice effect.
Oh yeah, so actually, it's the way that it actually works is that it's that roll is just for the duration. So the reason you would normally roll the 2d8 is to determine the number of hit dice creatures.
Oh, so if
in
it's a
that
single
area.
target, as long as it's 5 or
Yeah.
less. Okay, so then yeah, you're back
Correct.
down again. Boom.
Yeah. So this will be for how long it technically will go on for.
Okay. So
So it'll be 7 turns. But we don't want to keep you asleep that long. But we got to try to figure out.
Oh my God.
To undo an effect.
Marlowe's gonna put you down.
I hate to do this, but
I hate to
It's like
see him
B.A.
suffer.
Baracus,
You're
isn't it,
worth
getting
more
on a
XP
flight.
now.
exactly.
All right.
Who's flying?
When I get back upstairs, I'm gonna let everybody know what the situation is, and I'm gonna ask if Reagan or Carl has any way of sort of removing a magical effect, because he seems like he's been driven insane by some sort of spell or effect.
Neither. So I think the two characters who are the most traveled and learned are Malo and Iphigenia. I rolled for you guys. You have no earthly idea, or unearthly idea, I guess, as to what this thing is.
Huh.
It is, just to study the rogue player's form here. This appears to be completely different from the Beastmen. This is not like some kind of degenerate mutant or something like that. This is something wholly different. It is obviously much more civilized. It has writing. You can't read the writing, but there are writing implements that it's got. There's books. There's a bunch of, gewgaws and what do you call it? Like souvenirs and stuff that are in its pack. A lot of things you can't even identify what they might possibly be. So,
we definitely want to take this stuff so we can figure
That's
it
what
out
I was
later.
going to do. I was going to search the body.
sure.
Carl is suggesting that you put me down to put me out of my misery. Well, not me personally, but Kane.
Yeah. My fear is that you'll go running off and get killed. So that's the reason I decided to keep you asleep.
Okay.
I've only got one sleep spell left.
Let's see here. Okay. I'm just going to figure out what is in here.
Release.
That's a face only a mother could love on that creature there. Isn't
Yeah, it's creepy looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something about them nasty little teeth in it.
Yeah. He's awesome. I've been looking forward to unveiling him or her or it for a couple of months now. So
Glad we could help.
yeah, absolutely.
Happy to oblige.
Okay. So you guys can feel free to start talking about strategy while I'm rolling up some stuff here.
Well, I think number one thing is we'll make sure we search all of these rooms that already have
let's
open
hit more
doors.
rooms and see what we see.
Sure. So the rooms appear to have been, if you were to guess what they what their original purpose was, you would think that they may have been some kind of quarters years and years and years ago. The current it doesn't look like they've been occupied for a very very long time, and what little use they've been made, you can tell from the disgusting state that they're in, that some of them are in, is that it's the Beastmen who have been, or the Vormis, who have been making use of them.
Okay. And does it look like there's anything of value that they kept in these rooms? Or just for like sleeping chambers?
There's nothing, no, like whatever was in here, the Beastmen themselves, there are like, what would be the equivalent of personal effects, but they're disgusting, and rather, so, and not of any kind of value for you guys. What is of interest is really in this thing, this Robe Stranger's pack. There are quite a few things in here. That'll be, and all of which read as magic, but none of which you guys have been able to identify yet.
Okay, cool.
All right. So in amongst the things that have appeared to be magic is there is a staff of some kind. There is a ring that it had on its strangely human fingers, although there's only three, or hands. There's only three fingers on it. One of its fat fingers has this ring on it. There is a stylized, like not a full set of armor, but just this stylized wolf looking helm. If you think like the Hound from Game of Thrones is probably what you can. That's probably a correct way of picturing it. And there is a potion of some kind, some strange liquid substance.
Okay.
So.
And are any of these markings? Do any of them happen to look like the ancient Hyperborean ones we've discovered inside a couple of things, or are they just completely different?
No, they're not. But it's an interesting question though, because they while they don't seem to to correspond to the discs or that the markings you saw on that radium gun, you would get, if you were to guess, it would be a wholly different culture that crafted every single one of these things.
Huh.
You know, and this is consistent with all the other stuff you find in whatever this thing may have been. It does seem to have been quite widely traveled, because there's things that you guys don't even, you know, recognize.
Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna have to figure out what all this stuff is later.
Yeah.
Quite interesting how that thing's doing all this travelling, because it's not too easy travelling in these parts, is it?
Well, it's easy to travel. It's hard to get anywhere.
So what do you
That's
guys?
because you live in LA.
It's true too.
Yeah. So what do you guys thinking here?
So the one door that when we go out these double doors, are we looking into the interior of the courtyard? Is that what this balcony is?
This appears to be. You can see there are like sheafs of oversized and crude javelins sitting in here. This appears to be. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, were there like arrow slits or anything that allows us to see out that?
That's a balcony. Like, it's a proper full-on balcony.
Oh, it is a balcony.
Yeah,
so,
there is like crenellations and whatnot along the side there, so they could protect themselves.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
are there any signs of movement out there in the courtyard?
completely still.
Okay, so I relay that. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Should we? Is the next?
How about
I mean-
down here? We didn't check in here, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna wait for somebody else to come and back me up.
I'm here. I can go in first too if you want.
Okay,
That's all right.
Amar.
I think I'm gonna snap my fingers again for some more food, and then I'm gonna go and have a chat with that lovely-looking maiden who keeps giving me the eye across the room.
So
What were you gonna say, Kev?
Amar, you recognize this as this is where when you came climbing over and you got into that fight with the first group of
right.
beastmen. This is the top. You guys have reached the top of the southwest tower, or southeast tower, I guess.
Yep.
And so these are stairs going down then.
They are. They go down into the tower, and then if you follow that down, it'll go down into the entrance that you guys came in on the southwest
Gotcha.
tower or southeast tower. So, what are you guys thinking here?
Okay. So that door with the rubble, that's to the north. This is the one that's sealed?
That one you can't even get the door to budge, yeah.
It wouldn't even move. Okay.
But geographically, that's above where the one where you were looking down into the ruins of the tower.
Yeah.
The northeast tower.
I see.
Yeah, same place.
That would be that chamber. Okay. So, guys, what do you think we should do? Should we? I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything else up here.
Yeah. Like I said, aside from the ghost room, I would say go down out to the stables, out to the other tower.
Okay.
Just to make sure we've cleared this place out as much as we can before we have to deal with them,
Yep.
because they suck.
True. Can we put Kane's body onto Cloud Wound or something like that to move him? He's a big guy.
He could strap him on him, but I mean, Jason was a pretty big dude. We'll say, I mean, he'll be able. The Wemmick will be able to do that. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to take him with us.
Sure.
And then
gonna
put Kane on the other one.
Yeah.
I applaud. I would have thought it would have taken you guys longer to get to cannibalism.
It's been what did we say? 30 hours?
Yeah.
What-
Yeah, we're coming up after this session. We'll be at
That's really not that long.
42
Within
hours.
A little over a day, we were like cannibalism.
Yeah. The Donner Party approach to wilderness survival.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing
well,
with Kane then? Or with Kane, with Kane.
I mean, we'd love to do the same thing. Put Kane on the other Wemmick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when he gets moved, he'll stir.
Okay, that's true.
So you want to leave the one Wemmick here with him?
I mean, he seems to. I don't know exactly what's going on, but he seems just to want to get out of this structure. So maybe we just wake him up, let him get out of the structure, like say, let's go, we're getting out, and come on, and get him outside. Maybe it'll go away, and if not, I can sleep him again with my last sleep spell.
Yeah.
So I think if everybody's okay with that, we can.
Yeah, that sounds doable.
Okay. So we're gonna wake Kane up, but we're gonna be all ready to get out of here, get out of this tower.
Okay. Kane, as soon as you come to, again, you can feel the sensation of the walls falling, like basically crumbling on top of you. What is it you do?
Then I'll spring up, and looking around frantically for the way out. Head to the nearest way out to get away. Covering my head and just shouting, "Yeah, it's collapsing!"
Okay, so he, unless otherwise stopped, he's going to go sprinting out of the room, down.
Okay, well, I guess is he going the way that he's going? This is the way we're trying to go. That he's heading, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, we want to basically go all the way down to the base of the tower and come out the door.
Okay, that's what you do. Kane, as soon as you're out into the courtyard, your heart is slowing down. But looking back at that thing, it completely... Let me just move you guys over here as a group. Boom. It causes you to seize up. You can feel your heart is starting to stop. It's difficult to breathe. You know, and boy, it's going to take some like someone dragging you in to get you back into that structure. Until we say otherwise, you are afflicted with claustrophobia.
Huh. And is that like a medical thing or a magical thing?
Well, in the world of Hyperborea, magic.
Uh-huh.
Like, you can't just attend to a couple sessions with a social worker and be like, let me talk about my feelings and I'll be okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Let's do aversion therapy and just bury him.
Well,
just
how
snap
do you
out of it,
suggest
or,
we
you
do
know,
that
die.
to the big guy with the warhammer?
Just trying to help.
Oh, geez. Okay,
What
so
do you do with that spade?
Iphigenia says, search the rooms. That's what she says. So,
Okay.
what you guys have seen thus far is there are...
I think that was back while we were up.
Yeah. So you guys have searched the rooms. Apart from what you found on that stranger, there is really nothing else of value.
Yeah, she's saying to bury me,
Yeah.
isn't she?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I grabbed her
uh-huh.
ass or whatever.
So the only places where... Yeah, there does appear to be one other place you have not explored. Because, Malo, you may remember that in that room with all the shades, the room over here,
Yeah.
there was a door that led further into the keep.
Uh-huh. So maybe we should go in through these main double doors here.
Those doors are still crusted in white rime.
Yeah, because those were the first ones that I remember getting frozen during the first siege, I think.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So let's not go in there.
Nope. I agree with you.
No, I was going to say maybe, because I know, let's see, the stables were like here, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And then shouldn't there be a way to get into these towers over here? In fact,
There's a door there.
This one
I
was...
see a door here.
Yeah, this one was stuck over here that Iphigenia was trying to get open a while. And the one over here, no, I don't think anyone's tried yet.
No.
Do y'all want to go to the stuck door one first, or do you want to go
Sure.
to the other one? Yeah, let's go there first.
So searching both of them, what you can tell is you don't encounter anything within those towers, so we're not going to drop into going back and forth. Well, what it does see is that that northern tower, the northwestern tower, things were there up until very recently, and from the looks of things, at least one of those battle bears was there, as well as a small complement of beastmen, but they don't seem to be there any longer. The south tower, it seems that it has never been used, at least not in hundreds of years. There is nothing really of value in there. It still is structurally sound. Kane, of course, refuses to go in.
Right.
But if you do a quick search of it, it does appear, between the lot of you strong young lads and lasses, you're able to get that door open eventually. Yeah, I mean, it's otherwise identical, largely to the northern tower.
Okay. So really, we pretty much explored every area except for that one location inside the main keep. So the question
And
is,
then whatever is.
yeah.
Yep.
So the question is, do we want to do that, or do we feel like we've succeeded and we want to leave?
I mean, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it now.
Well, that's the thing. We're kind of low on hit points.
I want to heal up.
Yeah, I agree with Carl. If Virginia's saying we're all beat up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to heal up. We need to make sure Kane can function.
Yep.
So it'd be nice if we had a cleric that would show up.
Mm-hmm. So, do we want to create some kind of encampment within the keep or nearby, and then in the morning come back in here, or do you want to actually go all the way back to the Wemmicks?
I mean, aside from that one room, as far as we feel, we've secured the building or the area.
Yeah, it seems so.
Does that sound like a true statement?
I think so.
So why not stay here?
Yeah.
We could even go so far as to go back into one of the towers.
Mm-hmm.
And, we could stay maybe on the second level.
Yeah.
And then have watch, down on the lower level, so we don't have to worry about anybody coming up.
We might even want somebody up on the top of the tower.
Theoretically, you could split watches.
Yeah.
Oh, Colin, you might be muted.
Is he?
No, still muted.
I can't hear you, Colin.
Oh, there we go.
No, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so I was going to suggest I could get up on the top of the tower. I'm not going back in there.
Yeah.
Right.
So to get him to the top of the tower, that would mean moving through those rooms, and you're.
Mm-hmm.
Can I not climb onto that perimeter wall and then it's 15 foot up from there?
Yeah, you could try. I mean, you could try. I think with a rope, assuming that you guys do some teamwork here, and like someone who is really skilled in climbing, like Amar, scrambles up there, then he could get up there and lead a rope down to you. And I love the idea. Yeah. If what you're saying is like, no, I'm not going through that fucking tower, but I'll absolutely get to the top. Yeah, you go ahead.
I'd sooner hang off a tower that's 30 foot high.
You can get a point of astonishing fortune for that. That's pretty great.
Nice.
Okay, so then Kane is going to be, I guess, positioned which tower? This one over here, or the one where Malo is?
I actually think what we were talking about going back to this one.
Oh, in the keep.
South. Yeah. Right, Amar?
Yeah. That's what that's how I imagine.
Yeah.
So long as you're open to the sky, you're fine, Kane. It's just that when you can't see the sky, that's when things are kicking in.
Bad.
Yeah, so that's what I'll say, but I don't care which tower, just as long as I'm on the outside, not on the inside with it collapsing on top of me.
Yeah, I say we go back to that one because isn't that where the treasure was that we got to?
Yeah.
That was the way to get in and out of there, so we definitely want to secure our treasure in general as well. So, yeah, let's do that.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So then, sorry guys, what's the decided course of action here then?
So basically, we're going to go to the second level of that tower that Kane will be on the top of, and we can go to those sleeping quarters. We'll have Kane on guard on the top outside, looking for signs of any approach, while I'll have one person standing guard in the sleeping quarter area, and then we'll rotate.
Okay.
Obviously, Kane will never come down here, but he could sleep up there.
Yeah.
While someone else is on watch. So we'll sort of set a watch for both locations.
Okay. All right. So, let's see here. Kane is outside. Where is Jason's body?
On a Wemmer, isn't it?
So
might not want to carry it around this whole time, though.
Yeah, so it'll be stuffed, I guess, somewhere in, or not stuffed, but placed, respectfully, somewhere in your Stuff like, get in this bag here. Come on. Try folding it.
It's just
Yeah. The Wemmicks use the like dad packing for camping approach of just like get it in there. Okay, so let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see who's on watch here. Malo.
Yep.
Malo is on watch. And describe for me what you're doing. So this is middle of the night. It's dark in here now, or dark outside. You have and it's dark, which means hold up. I get to use dynamic lighting.
If you've got the cloak on, Marlo.
I do have that cloak on. And I'm going to be examining the staff, just
Okay.
looking for markings and trying to it's something magical and something I've never seen before, which is very intriguing to me. So I'm just sort of like keeping a watch. I'm looking around, but I also have that staff. I'm just kind of checking it out.
Okay. So you have the staff there. I'm assuming you guys have a little like like a brazier or something like that burning in here too. So you have some light. Everyone is sleeping in their rooms, and you are studying this staff. And the staff is made of like some kind of alabaster white substance. It feels honestly like, imagine if you took the substance of a pearl and then stretched it out for one whole long shaft, right?
Cool.
As if it was wholly made of that stuff. It's got these that sort of milky veins that run through the substance of a pearl. It's so it's it's so unusual, and it feels almost wet to the touch. When you bring your hand away, it's not wet, but like it feels like that when you touch the staff.
Interesting.
Yeah, and as you're sitting there, now let me see here. Where are we putting him? I'm going to assume that Jason's body was stored in one of these rooms, right?
Yeah, and with the door closed.
Okay.
Oh, Kev's dialing up the appendix end now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where'd I go?
Okay, so let's see. So everyone's in their different rooms. The Wemmicks are kind of sleeping out here because they prefer the big open areas. One will be on the balcony, actually, to keep watch for you guys as well. Oh, you know what? And why doesn't one of the other... Yeah, and they'll trade off. That's what the Wemmicks are doing. So what... let me see here. Where is he? Boom. I'm going to put Jason over here.
Yeah. I mean, I have an idea of what's coming, so...
I feel like we're going to stumble into the barrier peaks.
Are you suggesting that it's not a... what do you call it? That it's not going to be a bucket of candy? Because...
Well, that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking it's a bucket of undead.
Yeah. So
To be a companion.
you hear from the far end of the hall, boom, bum, 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 bum. Something is hitting against the door. Bum, bum. It's the
Would this be the door where Jason was stored in?
It is.
Oh, no.
Boom.
Okay, so I'm gonna immediately go and wake up the others.
Okay. So you start making your way over towards... Go ahead and start moving your token over there. I'm sure nothing will happen.
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
And as you get to there, what you hear...
Okay. Where did that come from? Oh, he's trying to hack his way out. It's coming from the behind that same door.
It is. Not that. Oops,
yeah,
oops. Here we go.
Okay.
And you can hear it again and again.
So I'm banging on the doors and waking everybody up
Okay.
as fast as I can.
So everyone's slowly being woken up here, guys. Oh,
And I'm yelling, Yashin's back and he's not alive.
So you guys have all woken up now. Kane, you're sort of standing at the doorway and like looking at the collapsing structure inside there, hoping to get in closer. What are you doing? Guys, you can all move out of your rooms.
I don't think I can. Oh wait, there's the door. Jeez, I couldn't see nothing.
Yeah, you guys all been sleeping in darkness.
I know, it was totally dark. I was like, I can't even find the door.
Oh.
Again. And again.
Does it look like the door is starting to splinter?
It does.
Like, is it good? Yeah, okay. So basically, let's be ready for him to come out.
Somebody ping which door it is for me.
This one right here.
Oh, it's the one right across from me. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Are you gonna
So,
nuke
I'll
him,
stand there
Will?
with the old. Yeah, I got the radium gun. Whatever comes out of there is
Okay.
not too happy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move
Yeah.
out of the way of that doorway because I think I'm in a line of fire there.
Okay.
If he comes bursting through the door.
I mean, my plan is to cast a Rave Enfeeblement on him. Well, no, sleep won't work against undead, so
Okay.
Oh, that's right, it's undead. I'm
yeah.
thinking of Kane.
So you guys all stand there, and you position yourself before the door. You've been talking a little bit back and forth. You're like, all right, get ready.
Mhm.
Get ready.
And then it stops.
It stops.
Antissa.
Yeah.
So good. Okay. So what are you doing?
Okay. Not a fan of what's happening right now. Does somebody want to risk opening that door?
Everyone give me a D6 roll, please.
Alright.
Except for Amar, give me a D12.
Oh, okay.
Malo,
Mhm.
you hear it first. And it's the sound of something scratching. And you can see right underneath the door, just the very tips of almost like blanched white fingertips. Something.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it looks like our former companion's body is.
You look down, there's
trying
nothing
to-
there.
Uh huh.
And that's when, BAM! The door smashes open and out rushes Yason. I need
Awesome.
everyone to go. Let's do individual surprise here
Okay.
and see how everyone reacts to this.
Do I have any kind of surprise modifiers? I don't think I do.
Malo!
Reagan!
Reagan, no! Kane, no! Okay. So, Iphigenia is the... and... Oh, Mar! Oh my god! Iphigenia is the only one who gets to act, and she did have a ready to action with a spear. So, Iphigenia, why don't you go ahead and give me an attack with that spear, and then we will drop... well then, whatever once was Yason will go.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
AC 6 is enough. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Okay, thank God. I was looking at the wrong monster. I'm like, 8 hit dice. That is not right. Yes, he is charging, so that's double damage, so 18. So,
Nice.
Iphigenia, why don't you type it out for us, and then we'll have someone else read out what it looks like as he smashes through the door. All of your companions are, rearing back away from this, but you just leap forward and skewer this thing. What does it look like? Here we go. We can see that he's typing.
Yeah.
Raka, 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 raka. I'm picturing him furiously at his keyboard, wiping his sweating brow. Ugh.
Yeah. Checking thesaurus,
Yeah.
finding the exact right wording.
Carl is, of all of us, Carl is the closest to Cross Plains, Texas, where Howard
Yes.
wrote all his stuff, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't say. Is he closer to Cross Plains than you are, Arlen?
Where is Cross Plains? Let me look it up.
Yeah, somebody revoke his Appendix N card.
Cross Plains, Texas. Looking
Yes,
on the map. Where is? I think I am closer because he's in San Antonio, and
Okay.
it's basically a little bit west of Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Who would like to read that?
I think
Oh, really?
Colin had volunteered.
Colin, you
Yeah,
are
really?
up, bud.
Yeah. Unfazed by the distraction, the Amazon holds fast, and when the Jason thing charges through, she raises a spear and thrusts right between his ribcage.
Awesome.
It looks, and now what you can see is it does
Oh,
look like
there's more.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
Hmm.
Let the player speak, Kevin.
You get a point of astonishing fortune for that.
Yeah, that's
That's great.
The force pushes her back and cracks the spear, but the Jason thing falls.
Nice.
awesome.
Okay, Carl gets a point of astonishing fortune for that as well. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, and as it falls to the ground, she pulls back this now cracked spear. Now, what it looks like Jason, but imagine his body completely robbed of any blood whatsoever. White with the purplish veins visible. His eyes cataract over with like bluish broken capillaries in his eyeballs, and there is.
I told you we should have burned it.
Yeah.
Well,
As he falls down, he kind of, and once again gives his final, and what comes out is this drift of frost. So it forms almost around his, like as if when like you're out walking in cold and ice and whatnot forms on your beard. That does as he falls down still once again, a new fresh wound. In his otherwise brutalized body.
man.
The rest of the night passes uneventfully. So, why don't you guys each give me roll your hit dice plus your Constitution modifier? You gain that back.
Okay.
So that is.
Am I D10? Am I D10, isn't I?
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
What is
So 4 plus that be 5. Okay.
Everyone
Ugh,
restores. Oh, Malo.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So, +1.
Okay. I need to find a background sound for like the accounting machines going for when I'm calculating the XP.
Just start playing Pink Floyd's Money.
Yeah.
You're right.
Although again, copyright strike. So
Yeah.
I think you could
Sure.
get away with it if you just looped it before the bass kicked in.
yeah. I believe we call that the Vanilla Ice approach.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, right.
Okay. Gonna check the amount of coinage for conversions here.
Oh yeah.
All of you get your powers back, and I think that Robert's been listening to us in traffic. It sounds like from his email. So I'm assuming that he will likely let you guys use his the healing horn as well.
Oh great.
Yeah, that seems to be.
And
yeah, it's another 6.
it's 6. Right. Yeah. It's just automatic 6. Okay. Cool.
Automatic 6.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that gets me back to full. Whoops,
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's
That
me
definitely
too.
helps me.
Excellent. Okay, so let's see here.
Bam.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
boy.
I'll be
Default too.
whilst this is going on. I'll be getting trying to drag together some busted doors and that are maybe laying around the compound and try and build up a pyre that we can put Jason's body on.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
And there's absolutely enough that you could do that.
And I think what I would do is actually read some of Jason's poetry as he burns.
Nice. Okay. Now, as your ally's corpse burns in that pyre, how many points of Astonishing Fortune does everyone have left? If you put it in chat.
3.
Wow. So there's an advantage to be
Three, 4,
sleeping.
5. Okay. All right. Then I've got the correct amount for all the adversaries. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. And, oops, I'm going to multiply it because everyone's got the 10% bonus to their XP, I think.
Yep.
All right, guys. This has been dealing with the keep to date. And then you still have parts that are unexplored. So you have all gone...
Undefeated.
Yeah, the keep thus far. And let's put you in... We'll start you guys at night in the... what do you call it? In the courtyard as well, too. So let's get you all out there. Boom. And let's do this, too. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if there is
A funeral pyre.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for.
What you're looking for?
Yeah, a funeral pyre here to see if
Cool.
I found a fire, but I can't. So we'll do that instead. It turns out I like the word pyre a lot because there's a lot of my assets that are all named pyre too. Okay, here we go. Boom. So we got a big pyre here, and I'm gonna do this here too. Blazes lighting the entire area there, and put this to the back. And on that pyre we place Yason. So you guys are all sitting around, or standing around looking at this thing, deep in thought. What is it? What are your final thoughts here, guys? Amar, staring at this, the heat, you know, wafting over your face, almost unbearably, you know, but still you're standing there bearing witness to the passage of one of your heroic companions. What goes through your mind, Amar?
Amar's reciting prayers to the dead in his native tongue, wishing a swift passage to the next level.
Okay. And Mala, what is going through your mind?
Well, as I'm sort of reading off his poetry and watching him burn, I'm reminded of the fact that Yason had both great melancholy and great mirth. And that he is going to be very much missed by myself and our group.
Nice. Kane, what is going through your mind?
Yeah, Kane will be quite sad about the loss of his brother in arms, a mighty warrior, but it is he who lives by the axe dies by the axe, and he'll be giving him the proper due respect during this send-off, knowing that he wouldn't have wanted to go any other way, and you know, offer him up to Crimea in the flames. So
Okay.
yeah.
And Iphigenia, I think we got Carl's typing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I want you to think about, Arlen, is what is the last symbol we see that tells us of Jason's passage into Valhalla? So Iphigenia is, I think we got Carl coming in. And Colin, I'll let you do the honors with the...
Okay.
I'm wondering if Jason's body, as it burns, there's a sort of Colin, why don't you do Iphigenia?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
I'll do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Iphigenia kind of stands there, steps forward, and may he awaken Elysium, a great warrior. He will be missed. We will remember his raw humor and life full of laughter.
Nice.
Awesome. And then what is the last sort of symbol we see as we pan back, our heroes are standing around this, we see our great hero on the top of the great pyre.
Well, I think it may not be something that we see, but almost something that we smell. That there's the sense of, rather than the kind of roasting flesh smell, there's some of that, but then there's also the kind of heavy iron smell of fresh blood, and then finally, kind of at the end, there's almost a sort of sweetness of like mead and honey and the festivities that you must be enjoying in Valhalla.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Cool.
And with that, guys, we will call it a session. You each earn, with your 10% bonus, and this is the culmination of 2 efforts to storm this keep. Much bloodshed, much loss, at a great cost. 3,675 XP each.
Wow.
Not bad.
Wow.
Whoosh.
Awesome.
Wow. 14,733.
Yeah. I'm at 15,943.
Wow.
Couldn't have given me a new character to stack that XP onto. It'll be all right. I'll play a fighter and they level up quickly.
We will find some way to accommodate that, because we're in a difficult place to be able to.
No, I'm happy to do.
Do you want to have a Wemmick character for the interim?
Sure, I'm happy to do that. I mostly said that as a joke last time because I thought it would be funny.
No, the realistic thing is that the racism that you'll encounter is pretty fucking staggering in this kind of setting. So unless that's something that'll be fun for you to play, then we'll get you.
No, but I figure I could like take over one of the Wimmicks for a little while, and then if we ever get to Tuleborg, I can have a human
What's that?
character.
That sounds great. Well, so we will apply. I think actually like that much XP might get allow one of these Wemmicks to ding as well.
Cool.
And it looks like so Iphigenia dinged as well too. So congratulations there, Iphigenia.
That's great.
Anyone else, or is everyone still making their
No, I
way?
got a ways to go. Yeah.
If I get another XP like that, I ding.
Nice.
Need one more of those sessions.
Yeah. It's I mean, there still is more of this keep to explore.
It's true.
Yeah. So cool. Well, with that, then we will end the session. And all right. So for those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us for episode 14 of the Reavers of Thule campaign. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session or the game, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. Alternatively, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, or you can shoot me an email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also find me on the Dungeon Musings podcast, which you can find on all your favorite podcast platforms, including Anchor and Stitcher and Apple Podcasts. And if you enjoy the melodious sounds of the voices of some of our players as well, you can find Colin on the Spike Pit podcast, and you can find Reagan, you can find Arlen on the Live from Pelham's Wasteland podcast as well. Now, in addition, you may also notice that there is something in the link in the description of the video to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. We don't do any monetization. We don't run ads. We don't run a Patreon. If you are inclined to toss some GP the way of the channel, I just ask that you click through and learn a little more about the Heroes Save Villages campaign, which is a charity initiative that benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity. It's a really, really terrific charity that's active in over 130 countries that provides direct benefits for over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children. The organization helps kids who would otherwise not only not have a childhood, but also not have a very pleasant life at all, which is really an incredible understatement for the circumstances that some of these kids find themselves in. What the SOS Children's Villages International charity does is provide a stable, supportive, and loving environment for these kids to actually enjoy their childhood and be able to transition into adulthood without the perils that they would otherwise find themselves in. So it's a really terrific charity. Any donations go directly to help SOS Children's Villages International with the very, very good work they do. Obviously, I don't want anyone to feel obligated, but if you did enjoy the session, if you enjoy the content in the channel, I just ask that you consider clicking through and learning a little more about the campaign. But last but not least, I want to thank my players. So Will, George, Arlen, Colin, and Carl typing at home, thank you so much for joining me back in Thule today, guys. That was a great time.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks, Kev.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Cheers, Kev.
Oh, and I think, let's see here. Oh, I don't know if I showed you guys, but guess what is getting ready to go off to the printers? Hold on here.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Here we go. Boom. The land
looks
which
awesome.
you've been fighting over.
Wow. That looks
Thule.
super cool.
Oh, yeah, let's have a look.
It's the first time I've been able to see it big. I just usually see it on my phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looked awesome.
So Thule,
Cool. Yeah. Nice.
the land
And we've
where
explored most of this. Oh, wait.
yes, I think the actual area fits in
Small
like,
percentage of this
Yeah.
section.
yeah. It is a portion of there, and that just means there is so much more adventure to be had.
So as we do the math, that's 6,290 hours.
Yeah, really.
Time.
We've spent 42 hours in Thule to date, so basically, I look
Ways
forward
to
to
go.
our grandkids finishing the
Right, exactly.
campaign. So,
Perfect.
anyway, thanks again, guys. This was really a fun session. And for those listening at home, I apologize for us starting a little late today. But we will be back in Thule to find out what happens in Iron Fang Keep in 2 weeks' time. Until that time, thanks again for watching, and happy gaming.